So yeah, it took 3 minutes late. Crashed a bunch, or no. So had it working. It stopped. Kept trying to mess around with it. Saw kernel task going. Oh yeah, definitely slower. I wonder if we can minimize this. Is that gonna make it better? So yeah, sorry. Be with it in a second. Yeah, that definitely slows down the machine when that's a running. Oh, Solaris Xcode build. Interesting. Yeah, kernel task spiked out. Yeah, so I had OBS running, was just doing a test and it was working. I quit it, and then that kernel task stayed at like 100% or something, and it was never quieting down. So a reboot got me started again because I kept trying to connect back to start the stream again, and it just wouldn't connect to server. So after messing around with a few things, I went the old tried and true method and turned it on and turned it off and turned it back on again, uh, and that got us there. It is sluggish though. Hang on. Fix failed. Yeah, okay. If it failed, that's fine. That's all fine. All right, so super weird, but neat. So I've been doing some other videos, and I've been recording the videos in school. And I'm sorry, I'm not looking over there. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here. I guess, yeah, I need to get Twitch set up just so I can see the chat window, because I don't know, somebody might see this and jump in for a second. Bear with me, I'll get better about setting this stuff up. Welcome to my first official stream. My second one, really, because I kind of had one go, but then I test fired and it worked. And now let me just verify that when the stream comes back in, it says offline, it says live. There we go. Cool. So let's do. Oh, come on. What's going to be the right way to do this? All right. So here's what we're gonna do today. What was I gonna try and do? See, just. Oh, wow, that's gonna echo through. I forgot to actually had the volume up there for a second. I need to get music at some point. On Twitch. Twitch chat overview for steamers, chat stream monitoring chat, and game overlay. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about that stuff right now. This is weird because I got like a thing to do. So here's what we're gonna do. So let me just do a couple things. One, in one of the other videos that I was talking about, I wasn't sure if my is this gonna work? Hang on. I've got a FreeNAS box that's set up, that's been running for a year. Okay, everything's kind of crazy right now. Bear with me. I just rebooted, and I'm not used to having to start everything back up. Yeah, so I've got this FreeNAS box, and I didn't touch it at all last year, and I've got a bunch of stuff on it that isn't really backed up in other places like it should be, which I'm going to work on that. But so, and I had a network go down on me, so I was redoing the network stuff, and I wasn't sure how to connect to the box. I could have looked it up, but just didn't. But so yesterday, for the first time, I logged back into it and was like, oh, so I got to the website. That was cool. And then like saw this green button. And it's like, okay, it's still alive. And then did another check. So yeah, I've got the IP address set up, so I can just type vault. It's actually vault 3. because it's my third FreeNAS box. And then zpool status. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so 11. The box has 11 drives in it. 8 that store data, and then 3 parity drives, 1911. I actually forget how much space it has. It's a bunch. DF disk free -8 is human. So 12, maybe it's 12 terabytes. No, I think there's 11 terabytes left. Oh, 50. No. Well, I don't know. There's a bunch. But anyways, here's the real crux of this, which is I've got, and I meant to keep some of these on my machine or on a backed up drive, but I didn't because I goofed. But they're still, I think we're still okay. So I've got a photos directory here where I store all my images, and where'd that go? Did that go anywhere? Oh, I gotta not see. Okay, yeah, so OBS was messing with me too, right? So that everything seems good. That's gonna have to go. I'm gonna drop the gain just a little bit because that's hitting into yellow. All right. I just need that to not be moving out of the corner of my eye. So if I minimize that, is that gonna work? Yeah. And then if I put this here, so I can see the chat in case somebody says hi. Oops. Again, I'll get all this stuff more figured out at some point. I'm sure that's not showing right. So that's only that. Interesting. Oh yeah, and I need to get some. Oh, I can't move the mouse. So like over here and down here, I'll get something better than just having a black screen down there at some point. But anyways, let me just make sure. I hope this stuff is really there. Oops, fault 3 didn't do that. Come here, Nexus. Yeah, so that always makes me nervous. So it says 0. So I shot a whole bunch of stuff on my iPhone. Some of it's for the kind of these projects or whatever, and I wanted to get the video off, so I downloaded it too, and like also because I ran out of space on the phone. But what I want to do, that keeps jumping, and that's messing with me. All right, you get over there. Cool. I've got a script that I wrote years ago that I use to pull the images off of my SD cards for my cameras, right? The like real cameras, or cameras that use SD cards, I guess is the better way to say that. I should have had. Oh, actually, we can run and do an example of that really quick. So stand by. I'm gonna go get that, and I'll show you what that looks like. So my little Canon camera. Take a photo of the desk right now because it's awesome, and I've got a light up there. Also, just because I want to see. Yeah, all right. So I've got this little camera, and it's got these SD cards in it. So the script that I've got, when I slot the SD card, whoops, sorry, that was probably really loud. Here's this Canon DC, and actually I need to go, I already looked this up, but I keep a, in my home directory, I keep a config directory where I put stuff kind of that I build or whatever. And so import photos is the name of the thing, the script. And I was already messing with this a little bit before I had the idea to actually come through and do a live stream with it. So, but in this config file, whoops. Basically you can have multiple input routes. So basically that's just these 3 routes basically are the 3 different ways. So like this particular Canon card, this Canon camera names the disk or the SD card Canon_DC. Another one that I have calls it EOS_digital. Another one is iFi, even though I don't really use iFi. But anyways, so it has multiple input directories, and it just searches for those. So those are the options. And then there's 2 output directories. one for photos and one for videos or movies. So you'll see here in a second. So I need to make sure that this is all configured right. And then I've got the script set up. If I do which import photos, I've got the script kind of in my path here locally, so I can hit it, and it's set up to be executable. So I can just do import photos, and what you'll see, version 3.5. Yeah, so there's 97 images, or there's 97 files on the card, and you'll see it's doing a copy and verify. So it's actually doing a MD5 checksum hash, which is where you take the file and you basically run it through some math, and it says, okay, this file has basically a signature of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then once the file's moved, you verify that same signature to make sure everything worked. It's never actually been a problem. It was just kind of something that was in my head when I built it. But the thing that this script does, it does a couple of things. But you can see here, and we'll pull one as soon as it stops, the images or the file names that are on the camera are these right here. This image, actually, let's just grab one of these. Let's do this. Let's do BB edit. Oh, yeah, let me put up a decent size font here for this as soon as I get BB edit up and run. All right, here's the output report. So basically, user LNS movies, AWS source. So AWS is, by the way, my initials AWS. So people working in the industry now, AWS is almost always Amazon Web Services. I'm never good, like, I've been using AWS for my stuff for so long. It's like, oh man, I gotta go do some other thing now. Namespace pollution. All right. Anyways, working on the setup. That's what I'm working on the setup. So actually, we don't need this anymore, but we'll do that at some other point. I need to get that out of there. But real quick, so we're done with the card for now, so I'm just going to eject the card. One of the things I could add to the script is to do that ejection. I haven't done that. And then my process, I also could format the card or clear all the images. I haven't done that yet because I always just like keeping the images on the card, but I just erase them now so much anyways. I should just do it. So there's that. So anyways, what that did, and you'll actually be able to see, it moves them into, I think, pictures, right? Where is it? Yeah, so pictures. So AWS source is my top level directory. And then the way that I like stuff formatted for ease of use in Lightroom, which is what I use, I like a year directory and then a month directory that I've got named with 01 and then the actual, like a 3-letter thing for it. So June 2016, or sorry, 2019, 06 is June, and then today's the 14th, so I took a photo of the desk. So here's 04, and apparently I shot some other ones today. And then it also renames the image file, so you can see on the disk when it comes in, or on the card when it comes in, it's these IMG_8066. I'm gonna redo this in a second. Actually, we're gonna do this. We're gonna take 2 photos, photo 1, photo 2, and we're gonna rerun that in just a second. I'll show you why. But so I also want the image names to be renamed in a format that makes sense to me. So AWS, and then 2019 06 14, and then this is the hour and the minute, and then -01 and A. And so the 01 is nice because so it's hour and minute, but you could have multiple shots within the same minute very easily, right? 60 seconds in a minute. You could do one every few seconds, or multiple in a second. So the script actually goes through, and when it sees that there's already an image that's 2019 06 14 12 46 01, it makes the second one 02, right? And it just keeps going up. So if you get on a shutter and you shoot 100 frames in a second, well, actually, hopefully just 99, because that would keep the format nice and tidy. If you do 100, it would actually add 3 characters, but you had to pick a number, right? And then the A is, I always start with A, and then like if I make another copy of the image where I'm going to make it black and white or something, then I make that B or whatever. So that's the naming convention. That's how all that stuff works. And I wanted to make all that happen. And the other trick, right, is so I also want to make sure that it doesn't overwrite. So that's where the verification of the hash comes in. Because if a file comes down, and we'll actually do this right now. So we just took 2 photos. Sorry. All right, I'm gonna move that back just a little bit so I can not hit it as much. It's probably also gonna be loud. Sorry. So if we rerun it, so once again, import photos. The other thing it does is it won't let, yeah, so there are the 2 photos. Oh yeah, so there weren't any movies on the disc or on the card, and in this case there were 2 copies, 2 photos, right? And so the other thing you'll see is there's this missing date time, which is actually going to show us in a second, or show up in a second, and then skip duplicates. So if I rerun this, which has the same 2 images on the card, those would be duplicate images, and this is where the hashing comes into play. Is it hashes every photo, and then it looks and sees if it finds another photo basically sitting in that same slot with the hour, the minute, and the second thing. It goes, oh yeah, so found on the card, that file is already in the archive and then the full path to the file, and then you can see down here it gives you 2 skip duplicates. So that's how the process works. The trick is I don't have it completely set up for the iPhone yet, or at least I wasn't sure if I did, because I had to go through, and we'll actually pull this down in a second. I had to go through and basically make different pieces of code for different types of cameras. So the Sony camera worked a little bit differently, or had a different extension, and made it work. So we'll get into the test cases in a minute. Let's get rid of this. Do this, and then my process is just to clean it immediately. So we're gonna do that. Stand by. Standing by. Erase it. Erase them all. Yes, please. Goodbye. So that's how the script works. And so, and actually what we can do now is I'll show you. So I tried to run it against the photos. Let me see if I can do this. Is this gonna work? You stay there if I put you there? Yeah, look at that. All right, so I'm pretty sure there's not anything that's going to show up in any of these photos and the thumbnails that's bad. I'm mostly sure about that. Actually, I would drop it as much as possible, but you might see, I don't know, a boob in there somewhere, or me. That one I can tell. Actually, hang on one second. Let me just do this and make sure there's nothing. I don't think there is. It's unlikely there would be, but there may be whatever, a photo of a friend in a bathing suit or something that would be not whatever. Oh, there's my pills. That's awesome. Cool. Okay, those are all fine. I definitely need to use that as an avatar somewhere. Oh, that should be my avatar. That's going to be my avatar. So now what we can do is I'm going to go back into the config file, because I don't have a super good way to separate the environments that I'm testing with this right now. I don't think. So I just kind of make a config switch to do the testing and production. It's been a long time since I've messed with that, so I'm actually not sure how I did it. So import photos, right? So CDs, just to change in the directory. LS lists it. Vim, give me Vim, which is just my little text editor. So now it's probably a fast. Woo! Don't do that. It's probably. I know there's a faster way to do that, or a more automated way to do that, but that's okay. All right. So now, actually, I should actually configured it, right? So I'm going to make a new window here, and what we're going to do is we're going to find it's under volumes and photos, temp, iPhone, backup. So, oops. Make sure, yeah, 4,900. So LS is for list. We're going to pipe that, which is just move it to word count as line, and then so WC and -L, and that tells us there's 4,998 files there, which if I did this, /1. That was 4,999.98 or whatever images or files, whatever. So now what I'm going to do, I made a little command that I like called pwc, which is, so pwd is print working directory. Pwc is one that I wrote that just copies the working directory. So if we go to bbedit now, which is over on this screen, you can see I just copied the directory that I'm in. It just makes it easier to pull stuff up. I like it. Actually, let me do, while we're here, we're going to make text. Good Lord, bbedit. Nope. Oh, here we go. Display font. There we go. Select. I just want to make bbedit something that we can throw to for looking at stuff. Make it bigger. Nope. List display font. Is that? All right, just a couple more seconds, and then I'm going to bounce on this. I thought there was. I know I'm probably blowing right past it, but text apply exchange. Whoop. I don't know. All right, so hang on one second. I do want to fix this because that's gonna be small on the screen. Was I using Brave? Which browser was I using? Okay. BB edit font size. I don't need a 4-minute video. Just no, actually, I wonder if I can do this. Font. Text display. Show fonts. Font elements. Whoops. Show fonts. CSS font. Markup. CSS. Markup. CSS. Surely that's not it. Operation copy completed because an error occurred. Okay. Font style elements. Well, it's worth a shot. There's nothing in there. Okay, never mind. Screw it. Oh, this doesn't work, does it? Nope. We'll fix that later. Maybe. Okay, nope, done. Anyways, we were talking about code. So I'm going to go back to that config file. So I know that this is my source directory. And so we're going to open my config file here from this directory. Whoops. Apparently I've already got it open here. Input roots. We're going to delete all that, and we're going to put this in. Photos, iPhone import test. Okay, so this is going to be that's fine to do it locally. Yeah, so the script doesn't touch, it only reads stuff from the source directory. So I mean, something could go wrong in the reading, but like that means way other things are wrong. So I'm not worried about that. And then it just writes the output. So like I can run this copy as many times as I want off of these files. And I actually meant to have these on a backup drive, but I took them off the backup drive because they were on here and I wasn't thinking about them. So thankfully I didn't explode them all. But yeah, so and then we can see here volumes, photos. Oh, okay, yeah, so that's actually going to be images, videos. So that's where. So volumes is still the network drive, and the photos is the mount, and then here. So this is where the stuff is going to show up when we run it. So now we're just going to run it as it is, and see what happens. So nothing's changed on the actual code. This is just running to see where it breaks, and then from there we'll figure out what happened. in theory, this could work all the way through. I just hadn't really tested it before, but like I've run it once just to see if it worked, and it did not work. So I know that there's at least one thing in here that we got to fix. It's going to be a little slow because it's reading from the network and then writing back to the network. So when it pulls an MP4 file, it has to like suck it down, hash it, and spit it back up, and then rehash it, I guess. So this won't be the fastest thing. It'd be much faster if it was just sitting on the local things. But we'll just give it a minute and see what happens. Forget where it broke. Hopefully it's not like I think it's like 100 something, maybe faster. Some of these files are bigger. There we go. All right. Yeah, so here's what was going on. So some of these things are screenshots. Oh, and actually, yeah, so I'm just going to scan really quickly. These all look like they're the same error, which is cool. Because it may mean that if I fix this one error, it fixes everything. But there's at least one error going on here. And if we had let the script run all the way through, one of the other things in the report was missing date time. And so in the script, basically the way that it works on the photos is it looks for metadata inside the photo to figure out what the date timestamp is, and then that's how it figures out what the year, month, day, and the timestamp is. These ping files don't have it. These ping files are screenshots, I'm betting. Well, I'm pretty certain they are. We'll find them. And also, this will be one. I'm going to take these off screen just a second, because occasionally I screenshot stuff that we should not show on stream. On stream. It's weird I'm saying on stream. These, however, are all fine. Yeah, so I was just screenshotting when you start an install of I guess an iPhone or iPad or whatever. So these are the images. Now the trick is, and so hopefully this is good, because I pulled these off of so they were on my phone, but they were on iCloud, and so I downloaded everything off of the phone. So some of the stuff that was on the phone, because it's a newer phone, came from the cloud. This one was from 2016, so 3 years ago, which apparently was when I first turned on iPhoto Cloud or whatever. Anyways, that's where we are. So we know that this image is one that we need to mess with. So what I'm going to do, it's weird, like I shouldn't really be working on the network drive like this, and I'm not going to, because that is the smarter thing to do. So we're going to come to our desktop. I don't often work on the desktop, but for some of the streaming stuff, I'm starting to, just to keep it clean, a little bit easier to see. But so, import photos test fix. How about that? Test images. So right now, I'm just going to do the one. And then the other thing that I had to do at one point was, and I did this yesterday, but I'm going to do it again. I wasn't actually sure where my Git repo was, because I've moved stuff all over the place. Oops. But I know, actually I don't really remember off the top of my head. That's the config. That's something. Crap, I don't know. I may have to find. Oh, I may legitimately have to do that. That's not it. I'm looking for the Git repository. Oh, maybe it's on here. And then file name. There you go. Oh, I may have already checked it out. Did I already check it out? Oh, I think I threw it in the trash. Yeah, we're gonna make one of those go away. Yeah, so here's the Git repo. because I just keep a bare repository. That's what I used to do. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep doing that or not. Show closing folder. Yeah, so it's under Git Vault, AWS, and then import photos. So I've got a place that I set up, and this is something I would do differently. I actually set up this warehouse off the root. I'm going to do that differently next time and just keep everything under my directory, the users directory. And again, some of this is cruft from 3 machines ago, so like it's kind of all over the place. But yeah, so there's, oh, okay, there it is. Yeah, up top. So now what I'm going to do is actually go back to the desktop. Git clone warehouse Git Vault AWS import photos. And wait for it. And wait for it. I should have got more water. Noted. All right. Yeah, so here's oh, this file should only be, oh, interesting. It's been a long time since I've looked at this. So one, I've got this README, which isn't the greatest, I don't think, but hang on, let me bring that back over. Yeah, a Perl script to import your photos. Deployment, current deployment is a simple copy to there and make sure it's executable. It's all self-contained, though it does point the config listed below. Right, so this is where you get to the config. Wait, the config script is defined in library import photos. Oh, so there's another. Nope, okay. That ain't accurate. Yeah, it's not there. Funny, so that's old. All right, so somehow I just figured out the config. Oh, I must have looked at the script. I wish we had some music, but if I turn on music, it mutes me. Which I'll figure out how to deal with at some other point. 9 o'clock, all right, not bad. Sometimes it's weird to talk out loud and I kind of lose my train of where I am code-wise. We go to the desktop. We're gonna go to here and here. Ingest test. Oh, is that? Well, shit. I mean, well, crap. Sorry. I'm losing my train. Ingest test. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was actually where I was gonna do. Do a test basically. So now I know what we want to do. Now what we want to do is, I was just there. Oh, how do you back up? By the way, I don't normally do this spacey stuff. I'm testing Brave as a new browser, and I want to know when I'm in it, and so that was the most visually easily to identify thing that I've had. To navigate to the previous directory, back cd dash. I'm gonna remember that one of these days. Hey, look at that, we're there. So now, whoops. So I'm in my master branch. We're gonna actually go to development branch, and I got a little shortcut for this too, which is git cob checkout branch. You want to hit a semicolon. I've got a text. It's a text expander thing that basically just makes the branch name with a timestamp. That way I don't have to think about it. And I'm a solo developer, so there's usually only ever one branch. But now what we can do, oh, actually, I've been trying to use Visual Studio Code to give it a shot, to give it a run. But I'm not going to do that tonight. Screw it. Yeah, and so for right now, I'm just going to bring all this stuff to Sublime Text. So that st dot is, I've got st mapped to say to go to Sublime Text, and then dot is that directory. So just open that whole directory for me. And what we're going to do is fix the README. The config for the throughput is defined in. Oh wow, Visual Studio Code takes a long time to open. It just fired up. Actually, it's this one, right? Nope. Whatever. Cd config import, right? Is there one more? Yeah. So pwc again does my copy. And actually, we can do this because it's the user's thing. Okay, so this will be interesting. It's been a long time since this. The script's in Perl, and so my notes say make sure that this file exists. Do not run, which it does. Files only exist in development. It keeps import photo scripts from running if called directly. This is done because the script would otherwise call and run the actual process. With this file in place, the main script will see it and exit out. Okay, so I'm relatively confident that's still going to be the case. And then also the configs, right now the config's set up to just do the testing stuff anyway, so I'm not worried about it. Call in, let's actually change this. Let's grab here. Eventually we'll actually see some code. Maybe. Yeah, I'll have to, this will be fun to play around with to see if like this matters. So verbose output. Yeah, so what I should be able to do is right here. Whoops, nope, not right there. Let's get rid of that. And let's get rid of that for now. All right. So in Perl, and I can't remember what the particular thing is, but this T directory has a bunch of test scripts in it for all the different types of cameras basically that I wanted to do, and a bunch of it's all the test scripts, right? So and yeah, so they're written in Perl, which that's what I used to use years ago. I don't really use it anymore. But these are what the test scripts look like. And so most of them are, verify, start file list. Yeah, so I just want to make sure that it's grabbing all the right files, whatever. You can see kind of the list of all the stuff that this does. Oops, didn't need that. But so hopefully what will happen is this will run. Yep, there we go. So approved. So this is just going to run all the tests and see what happens. And you see something flashing over here. It makes some temporary directories while it's doing this. This isn't the best way to do this stuff necessarily. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. It's just the way that I did it, and so it works. So that's where I was at. Oh, not okay. Verify. Oh shit. Now I'm concerned. That should have passed. I think there's a way to test individual files, but I don't know where it is. How? We're at 16. No, let's see this. Perl prove specific test. see who wins. Usage, rows, colors, failure, ignore, quiet, parse, directives. Change checkings, display. I don't see how to do. Oh, options takes arguments. Oh, super weird. I flipped over and now I'm seeing the thing over on the other screen and it's moving and it's messing with me. Oh, I should have tweeted that I'm live. Actually, yeah, let me do that. I mean, of course I should do that, right? Also, I noticed that there's 1 people watching, and that would be me. But this is probably recording, so we'll see. Made a rhyme. Definitely slows down the machine. Your tweet was sent. All right. Yeah, I definitely need to put that image of me with the headgear on as my Twitch thing. Let me post that to Facebook too, which I don't want to show you Facebook because that's you'll see other people's stuff. That'd be interesting to see if that gets muted because it recognizes it as a song, even though it's not the original recording. That would be super aggressive. CB. Stand by. Very slow. Also, I saw a comment and all right, posting. Whoops. Come on. Go through. All right, that'll go. Execute harness jobs. Run in test jobs in parallel. State file RC rules from our source. So it doesn't look like. So, gotcha. Fail test 2. WSAT non-zero exit 1. Okay, so now we get to go see what happened. Was that it? Yeah. Yeah, so a bunch of this stuff, it basically it makes directories and closes directories while it's doing the testing. Yeah, I really gotta find music. Or figure out how I want to do music. I'm probably just gonna have headphones. I guess I could. I don't want to fuck with that. Mess with that. Sorry. Oh, there we go. Dubious test returned. Files. Verify the file paths are accurate for set B. All right, what test is this? Run please flight check info checking directory. info starting import run import photos. Okay, 11. Word method, there we are. Oh, I was on it. That's super suspicious. Did I do something? Okay, so that, I'm just looking at the differences. Yeah, do not run. Okay, so that's, I didn't do anything to that file. But it's just super suspicious that the file that I was on happened to be the one that broke. Oh, actually, can you do prove T? Oh, does that work? Ha! You can do it. Shit. Failed test. Verify file passes are accurate for set B. Compare data. Looks like you failed one test to 3. All right. So let's see. So line 102. Compare T and TB. Okay, so set a file path to look for. See, 5 through 4. What's this path? B. Oh, okay. So it's looking for. These aren't the greatest tests because I'm not figuring out exactly what it's doing or how it's doing it. So, test helper. It makes input photos. Okay. Use import photos. File group A. Set up the file paths to look for. Load the script and verify. So if it runs import photos test. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So right. So how do we do this? Import photos. Module new INI path. Verify that the followers compared deeply. Test list of photos. To move file sub that list of photos to move. Wait, what? Where did? Oh, it was in T. Sorry. Sample configs. Lots of sample configs. Yeah, I would do a bunch of this stuff differently now. So this B input root A 5d11 that looks like B. Verify start file list. What was the error? Devious test returned. Expected for got 34. T, photos to move. So it's not. $34 to $42. $34 to $42. Data input. Yeah, okay, so this, somewhere there's a helper that basically moves these things over into a local directory and then compare data, photos, list of photos to move, back to this. Man, it's been a while since I looked at Perl. Compare deeply, T, list of photos to move. So T, module name, new, info. Sample root, sample data, the helpers thing. Crap, that's weird. It's got to be like an order thing, right? I don't know. I don't even know how this works anymore. No, does that even work? I don't know how to use Perl anymore. What's I gotta do? It doesn't seem to print anything. This is how long it's been since I've used Perl. Like, that's it, right? Just print. Why is it in those things? Is that really it? Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I don't know what those squirrely brackets were. I was pretty sure that was the case, but just wanted to check. Now, why didn't it print? Oops, that didn't work. Oh, verbose. All right, here we go. Helpful. Loaded test sample. Started import photos run. Verified the directories got made. Running pre-flight check. Check input directory. Skipping. Oh yes, it's skipping.txt files. We know we don't want those. Junk.txt, yep. Found photo to process something 34, right? So that's what we want. Oh, here's A. Okay. So where do we get to B? Array 02 not okay. Crap. Crap. I don't have a good way to look at that. Load data samples B, right? List of subfile paths. 34, 35, 36, 7, 38, 39, 40, 41, right? 34, 5, 34, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2. Crap. Reload the script and run the comparison. Oh, it did print the array. Okay, that's it. This is it right here. Oh, God. Huh? Maybe? That's a reference. How do you print a reference? Oh, wait. Oh, it's an array. Whoops. I just want to make it easy to see what's going on. So, for loop. I don't think... So, I use an app called NV Alt, which hopefully isn't going to flash anything sensitive. Right, yeah. Yeah, I don't have... Oh, actually, we're going to do this. No, we're not. I use this app to do a whole bunch of stuff. Pi is my thing for testing, so here's all my little scribbles about Pi stuff, Python stuff. I used to have a bunch of stuff about Perl, but I took all that stuff out of NVAlt, or out of my little grimoire or whatever, so now we're actually just going to Google Perl for loop array. Kind of surprised. Oh, Perl monks. I haven't been to Perl monks in forever. Like, it should be much more succinct, guys. Come on. Or folks, come on. For each loop variable. Right, okay. I used to know this off the back of my hand. Right, this should be it. Is that right? Nope. Oh, I just got verbose on. Been a while since I've done verbose. Wait, you have to do this? Am I? Is that how that works? Yeah, that's how it works. Crap. Why didn't that give me a... Yeah, I thought this was going to be a really different stream. But welcome to coding, right? Put an at in front of it. At one point, some of that stuff made sense to me, but even then, not totally. Did you do it? Wait. Where'd my lines go? Not an array reference. Grr. Good hell. Also, wait a minute. Why isn't this... you gotta do slash ends? Is that what I'm missing? Oops. Why is that doing that? That is super weird. Huh. Not an array reference. What if we do this? I'm just guessing now. Not a scalar reference. Okay. Well, at least it gave me some of the... Oh, it choked at that point. I see what's going on. So it's not printing the lower 3 lines. That's where it's ending. No plan found in top output. 906.2. Okay. How do we see what is in there? Oh, data dumper? Is data dumper gonna do this there? Where am I? I wouldn't have thought of data dumper other than I just saw it right here. Oops. Is that how it works? Aha! Saw it. Okay, yeah, I think what's going on is it's just not sorting. Which is, I had a feeling that might be the case because those numbers, like, this test has worked before and now it's not. And the numbers were off, but it's the same pattern, so this makes sense. So now what I should be able to do is see this. Let's just do this. Oops, why does it keep... I'm hitting something weird. When I say, why does it keep, it's because I'm hitting something weird. Like, it's not the machine. Well, let's just put this in and see what happens. What say you? Wait, what did I just do? There we go. Okay, so I just saw them both flash by, and I'm guessing is they're in different orders. Yep. So that's what's going on. This one has a different order. So now we just need to sort the array. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. So we're sure this is the case, and you could go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 0, 1, 2, right? So we know this is the same. So like you could pass it off and be like, oh, it's fine. We're going to fix the test. What's the right way to do this? So it was this one. Okay. Okay, so then, so what I should be able to do, maybe, that might actually do it by itself right there, assuming this gets it into the proper place. Because the second one was already sorted. If this works, this will sort this list to the numerical, alphabetical numerical order. If that does work there, we're gonna do both of them. Crap. Failed test verify. It didn't work. Oops. Oh, that's weird. Oh wait. I have to do this. I'll do that. Shit. Crap. Crap, crap, crap. All right. What's the best way to do that? My knowledge. So I didn't do much of this object-oriented Perl stuff. So I guess, is this still an array? I'm in the wrong place now. Like, we know that's what the problem is. Um, that's not a good name for this at all. Actually. Alright, so now I'm at the point where we're gonna make, like, I've got all this stuff in version control so I can back off to it, but like, I don't want to have to run all the way back to it, if that makes sense. And let's drop this stuff back out, because that shouldn't be the problem. I exploded it. Oh, it's got to be... I actually do like that about Perl, that you can have explicit... You can make stuff be explicit. Oh, come on, you're a bastard. If I still knew Perl, this wouldn't be a big deal. Or if I'd still been under practice in Perl, this wouldn't be a big deal. So we know those are both them. That didn't get us what we wanted. We gotta sort it somehow. How? Perl print data type. Alright, let's try this. Ref. Whoops. Okay, let's actually back off to where we were to start with. So we're gonna drop this stuff. Whoops. And we're gonna drop this stuff. Print ref this thing. It says array. So why? Which makes sense. I would expect it to be an array. Whoops. Oh. I know you don't need the parens, but my Python-ness makes me type parens after parens. Okay, they both come out as array, which makes sense because that's what they both are. But it's like a reference of an array somehow. How do you do this? New array 1 equals this for each is gonna explode. See, that one comes back as an array. I already tried this. Frustrating. Oh, my scroll wheel just died. That's not helpful. My mouse just died. Oh. Sometimes that comes back. There we go. Not helpful. Or maybe it was, I'm just not catching it. Making reference. Defining array, making reference. So that's how that works. Why? Okay, hang on. Oh, so hang on. This is making sense. So that's an array. All right, so I'm starting to get onto something. This should give me a list of things. Right? This doesn't matter right now. There's my list of things. Right here. Okay. So this is flipping it to a reference of that, which means this is a reference. So how do you dereference an array? Alright, so that worked. This is just kind of how to do stuff, right? Is I just keep throwing stuff in the mix, and I like getting dividers so I can see what's going on. So what happens if we do this? Excuse my stomach. Don't know if you heard that. Wait. Nope. Array thing. Not an array reference. Okay. So that's where it choked. Crap. Not an array reference. Well, what the heck is it? Grr. Yeah, whatever. So that's an array with like a memory address, I think is what that is. Yeah. So 0x is usually how that stuff starts. Oh, okay, wait a minute. What if we do this? I have no idea if found it. Got it. Okay. Yeah, so somehow when that's getting created, the array, it used to be on whatever system that I was processing on this before. So it's probably the operating system or the version of Perl. That would, both those things would be aligned because they would both be ordered. They're not, but that's okay because now we've at least found them. I've got the two things that I can work with. So I'm actually going to change this up a little bit. Because I just need this comparison to work. So okay, so step one is going to be, I'm going to make this be an array. So this is how, I think this is how you dereference an array with this particular syntax. And then, so that's making it just a regular array, and this is going to make that a regular array. So we should still get the same error here. But if so, verify set B is accurate. Yeah, so it's the same. Yeah, so here's got, oh yeah, and see, it's even different this time. So 41 versus 40. So it used to be 39 versus 40, or 41, whichever it was. Because whatever the order is, it's arbitrary, and it has just changed. But now, what we should be able to do, and because those are both now arrays that I know how to deal with, I think, first of all, you can do this, right, in Perl? We can split things across lines. Is that true? Whatever, it's fine. Actually, sort A, compare B to that array. What do you got to do? You got to work? Ha! Well, there we have it, folks. That was a lot of work to get there, but we got there. Hopefully, if there's anything else where that becomes a problem. Yeah, it's like a bunch of this thing. It's only like one move. Yeah, so at some point, something else is going to creep out on that, I'm sure. Um, or maybe that's the only place we do. Oh, actually, here we can do this. So, what do we call that? List photos to move. We're just going to search for it in those files. Why is that taking so long to return? What else is in there? Oh, that's probably it. We'll see. We'll see if we hit it. But we're gonna fix all these at the same time. Just because I don't want to. Like, well, that okay. There's only one thing in that array. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna make them all the same. Just well, no, that's fine. That's premature optimization or whatever. So that's fine. We'll leave it. If we run into it, hopefully I'll figure it out. This one, okay, B. That's the one we had the problem with. D only has one. Apparently there was no C. There is no C. All right, cool. So we can get rid of all this crap. There better. And so now, T11. Whoops. Yeah, there you go. I just want to run this one last time, make sure it's all cool. Cool. And we're going to run prove one more time and just let it run the full test suite. Which hopefully will work, because that was an hour and a half of stuff that I did not expect to do. It didn't actually get to the thing I was trying to do. But that's okay, because this test was broken, so the test needs to be working. Hopefully test is now working. Can you hear that back pop on mic? Alrighty, let's see what's going on here. Not so much. Cool. I'm zoned. Also, I'm noticing my hair is farther back than I really realize. I don't know about that side, but I'll be able to see it in a second. Probably the same. Because now I can look over here and watch it. Because that's where the Twitch is streaming. So it's still going. That's awesome. It's still streaming. That's super cool. Super cool. I hope this one's faster because I want to go see Adam Savage has a new show. I think it's debuting tonight, and I think he's making an Iron Man suit, so I'm curious to see that. But I don't have a TV in this room. I'm okay with this light too, just looking at it. I like the black and white. That was a good call, and that was just desaturating. So I was gonna try and add sepia to it, but I couldn't figure that out. I'm tired. Hey, all test successful. Cool. All right. Whoops. Completely on the wrong page. So there should just be that, right? And if we wanted to see it, that one little change, that's all she needed. So get I'm not gonna merge that back to master yet, because we'll do this later. So, all right, folks, thanks. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time, whenever that is. And thanks to the one person who watched for a few minutes, whoever you are. I don't know how to turn this off. Where'd OBS go? OBS died. Oh, I hit it. All right, folks. See you. Have a good one. Bye.